Thanks for joining me for Espresso 4.0. I appreciate it.
Me.
Absolutely. Yeah. I hope you find the couch comfortable. Excellent. So really excited to have you here for us. I mean, really excited to sit with you to have a cup of Joe, in my case, tea, and maybe talk about a little bit about Industry 4.0 as someone that has quite a lot of experience in wearing different hats in the industry, which kind of gets me into my first question, and that's, you kind of started as an engineer. You've been all over the place. You started as an engineer in aerospace, then you went to sales, then you went into digitalization. Now you started your own consulting company, which is aimed at digital transformation of industrials, and I'm supposing, I think, also other businesses. Yeah. I wanted to know, having had hands-on experience in production, what do you consider the biggest value drivers for digital transformation?
Yeah, well, now that you put my bio very shortly in this manner, it's really an interesting journey, and I really picked up a lot of experiences and knowledge on every job that I had, because they're from different perspectives, So coming back to your question, the main value drivers that I see in Industry 4 would be process and resource optimization, which leads to cost reduction and or revenue increase, or even generate new business models with more customer-centric approach. Then I would say a connected machines, people, processes, environment in one single working organism or digital enterprise. Time to market reduction. The experience suggests from the already implemented project, the experience suggests that typically Industry 4.0 can reduce the time to market from 20 to 50%. The other value driver would be improving quality, and since scrap and products requiring rework leads to extra costs, meaning for machine time, for material, for labor. This also brings to digital warehouses, where typically organizations can reduce cost for holding the inventory by 20 to 50%, just by harnessing solutions such as real-time supply chain optimization. In this sense, also to mention additive manufacturing, which is solving a lot of supply chain issues or cutting them. And last but not least, there are so many other value drivers, but I would mention only more big data analytics or big data decision making, either by semi-automatic with human intervention or minimal human intervention, or using AI for full automation, like lights out factories. Another great example is a predictive and prescriptive maintenance based purely on big data analytics and trends.
Quite a lot, in fact, quite a lot of benefits, and those are interesting percentages that you've mentioned. It's not the first time I hear them, but it's good to be reminded. Going off of that, I know that much of your efforts are aimed at helping SMEs digitalize, so small and medium enterprises. What are you finding to be the biggest challenge with helping small and medium enterprises digitalize, and how do you address it?
Yeah. As you mentioned, nowadays, my main focus is on providing consultancy to SMEs who would like to grow, and yet they find their current digitalization state to be insufficient, not optimal, with a lot of unknowns, processes inherited from Industry 2, even, an employee mindset set only to finishing the job and not improving anything. Even though it sounds quite depressing to know that the majority of companies on the market are still operating in this sense, in this way, this also creates a great opportunity for those companies to just make a small change and create a great impact. The greatest challenge I see working with the various clients is that they really don't know what Industry 4 or digital transformation is. They hear these buzzwords and they put their expectations either too high or too low. So actually the first topic to discuss with them is putting the right expectations in place by educating the client, of course, in a positive sense, and then perform the digital maturity assessment. With this assessment, actually, we learn, we and the client itself, learn about the level of their digital maturity, how they operate, comparison to their competitors, meaning the same size SMEs in the same industry. Of course, after this assessment, it gives an opportunity to understand, for the clients to understand where they want to be. After understanding all the processes before, then can define where they want to be, and then setting the initiatives how to get there. These initiatives are planned in respect with the urgency, with the implementation time, resources, and of course the budget. So yeah.
Speaking of SMEs and the urgency that you just mentioned, how important is it that that SMEs do digitalize, and what can they expect, I suppose, as a benefit of digitalizing, apart from what you mentioned in the earlier question?
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of benefits that even with a small change, they can really feel immediately, instantly. And there are a long run benefits. If we consider that almost 99% of the market are actually SMEs, the competition is high and the margins are quite low, they need to be innovative. They need to change something in the way they do the business. And actually, digitalization gives that solution to them. If they digitalize, they can significantly reduce their operational cost or increase the productivity, either of the people or the machines. They can even create new business models to address new customers or develop new products. They can increase the security of their IP, automate many manual or repetitive tasks and processes, and so on. So,
Excellent. Yeah, all very good points. Thank you. Well, if I can kind of refocus, I mean, enough of the heavy stuff. I want to know a little bit more about you, and I think so do. I want to humanize you a little bit. What's something cool you witnessed recently in terms of tech that you can tie into Industry 4.0 in your job, in your work?
Yeah, well, it's a tough question because every day there is something new. There is something new technology, cool technology that is actually pushing us towards some level of futuristic way of operation. The most, let's say, the coolest part that I saw, or actually the coolest technology that I saw, it's actually not from my work, but it's something that I am very interested in. It's related to agri-tech, and it's bringing several of Industry 4 technologies into one product, which automatically grows the garden or the garden full of vegetables and fruits. And I'm, to be honest, personally interested in agri-tech. I'm passionate about it, and sustainable living also. and I find this product a perfect example of how technology can help us to become self-sustainable and to work towards a greener future. So yeah, that's something that is I found quite cool, and the implementation of these Industry 4 technologies into something that no one actually thought about it before is something amazing to me.
So to clarify, it's like a fleet of robots that can work the
Basically,
field.
it's not a fleet. It's one robotic arm, but works in a small garden area where actually with certain software you can plan the seeding of the plants, monitor. You can even have the full control of weed and cutting the weed, etc. So it's something like a automatic garden for yourself, and with a minimum effort, except for planning that you still have to do it. It gives you a self-sustainable plan. So I believe it's quite something that each of us should have.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
To be honest, sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
So if we called you at 3 p.m. on Sunday, what would we be interrupting you with? And don't say gardening, please.
No. No, but still, it's close. Actually, if it's not raining, I would be outside in the park or with family and friends, definitely enjoying the nice weather, sports activities, nature, and to be honest, finally my social life back, because with these lockdowns it was crazy. So now I think we're coming back to a more normal life than before.
So you're basically spending time with your family and friends while your robot is growing your tomatoes in your garden.
Okay. Yeah. You see how I'm thinking now.
Excellent. Well, thanks again, Milos, for joining us, for joining me for a hot drink over Espresso 4.0. Yeah. It was a pleasure talking to you about Industry 4.0. It always Likewise. Is. Let's stay connected, let's stay friends, and keep in touch.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much for inviting me.
Absolutely.